mailed in my company a postcard a few weeks back requesting information on penny stocks that had huge upside potential with very little downside risk. Does that ring a bell? Okay, great. Well, reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute?
What's up, everybody? It's Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about CGRA. Alright? Now, for complete transparency, I have a position in CGRA. I was on the phone with Al, and he asked me about it, and I said, I don't know anything about it. And he said, man, get it. Get it now. Get it now. And it was 4 cents. And I said, fuck it, I'll buy some. So I bought some. And I established a position. Now, the first thing I did when I established my position was I came over to my chart and I set up my profit loss box, okay? So what that means is I bought in at 0.0406. And if I use my profit loss box, then I can stretch it up to as high as I want to make or as low as I want to make. But what it does is it helps me figure out in advance where my sell prices will be. This right here is your stop loss. All right, if it falls down into this, if it hits this mark, that's where you stop out. Okay, now once I established my position, I came over here and I put my profit loss box there. You'll notice that I have it set, and it's set for 15 cents. Why? Because that's where I was originally going to take my investment out, okay, at 15 cents. So I got in, I figured out how many shares I wanted to sell in advance and at what price I'd need to sell that at. I set my profit and loss box, and I put it at the top. So now I know when it hits this point, I'm going to sell the amount of shares that I have set aside to get my investment back. Now, as you can see, it ran up and it hit my mark. It hit 15, and in fact it went on up to 16, and I moved it before we got started, but somewhere right here. All right, I sold right there. It continued to go up to 16. I didn't give a shit. I'd already got my initial investment back. So now everything that I still have in CGRA, I'm riding. All right. So now I'm ready to go to the moon with this. So what's my next step? Well, my next step is to figure out where I need to set my box now. And as you can see, it ran up, it pulled back, and it created a lower low right there. It ran up, it's created a higher low right there. So then what I'm going to do is take my break-even mark, move it up to right there, to the lower low. All right, so now if it falls back down into this zone, I'm still in the money, but that's where I would sell to break even, or I could buy some more if I have confidence in the stock. Now I have to set how high do I think this son of a bitch is going to go. And the first thing I thought of was, let's go on and go to 25 then. And I know what a lot of y'all are thinking, oh, it's going to 50. I don't care. I'm riding this motherfucker for free now. And if it goes and it gets up to 25, I got a certain amount of percent of the shares that I'm going to sell. And I'm going to take profit. And when it pulls back and it creates the next low, I'm just going to take this and scoot it up, put it onto the next low, and that'll be my final sell. So I'm all this in the green. All right, but I started off down here, set my break-even mark. What did I want to take for the initial investment out, move it up to the lower low, and I wait for the next sell to come in. If it falls down into this zone here, if it hits the bottom, then I got to realize, do I want to sell out the position and break even, or do I want to average down if I have confidence? But for now, I'm thinking it's going to go. And I'll set my next sell at 25. And I'll do just like I told you. When it runs up to 25, 28, pulls back to 24, this will get set up there to 24, and I'll have a new sale zone, and I'll set for how high I think I want to set my next sale for. And I'm just going to keep climbing on up. Now, if this son of a bitch runs on up to $3, I'm just going to keep sell a few, move up a little more, sell a few, move up a little more, sell a few, till eventually when it hits its peak, it's going to bottom out, and I'll go ahead and take the rest of my profits and run with it. That's my strategy with this. Now, before a lot of people comment, understand, that is a conservative way of investing, okay? It's not to put all your money in the stock and wait for it to hit $1,000. We'll talk about that in another video, I guess. Because a lot of people are already talking about, it's going to run to 50. Let me tell you something. I done pulled it up. And when in doubt, zoom out. I'm trying to figure out how high will this stock go. And I zoomed out to all the way to the initial public offering. And I see that it ran up to $4,800 in the initial public offering. So now I got to start figuring out how high do I think this stock's going to go. And what I found out, I think y'all will be amazed. Stick around, subscribe, like this video, and the next one's coming up is CGRA a pump and dump stock. And I'll see you there. Love you.
I'm a common sense investor. CSI. Name someone to do it better. Really, they ain't on my level. They can't hate, but God bless me. Higher lows and lower highs. You like that money, talk, subscribe. Higher lows and lower highs. You like that money, talk, subscribe. CSI. I'm a common sense investor.